The proclamation of winning party list groups has been met with some delays. Greg Gregorio is reporting to us live from the PICC in Pasay to give us an update on that. Hi Greg, do we have a final schedule now? When will the winning party list groups be announced?
Sean, what we have right now is still a target of the Commission on Elections to proclaim the winning party list groups on May 25 or 26. Acting spokesperson Rex Laudiangco said this still depends on the transmission of the certificate of canvass from Lanao del Sur, having more than 600,000 votes. Laudiangco said that if we are to base on the latest canvass report from the NBOC, or the canvass report number 7, excluding the number of votes from Lanao, we only have 6 party list groups who can be considered as those, or which can be considered as those who already have guaranteed seats. Thus, we still have to wait for the certificates of canvass from Lanao del Sur to factor in all those votes and possibly increase the number of party list groups who may be given seats in the Congress. Apart from that, Laudiangco also said that even after the transmission of the COC from Lanao, and then they will find out, or they will assess that we still need the 1,991 votes from Shanghai, then a partial proclamation of the party list groups, or the winning party list groups, is also possible next week. Sean?
All right, do we have any idea who these 6 sure, so to speak, or so-called sure party list groups are, Greg?
Yes, Sean, if we are going to, based on the canvass report number 7, including 50 or counting 55.5 million votes, the 6 party list groups who now have at least 2% from the total number of votes for the party list groups. These are ACT-CIS, One Rider Party List, Tingog, 4Ps, Ako, Bicol, and Sagip. Sean?
All right, so still a lot of moving parts with party list proclamations. Moving on now to another topic, Greg. Have candidates started submitting their statements of contributions and expenditures, or SOCEs? And when is the deadline for this?
Sean, the COMELEC, or we don't have information yet as to who has already filed their SOCE, but acting spokesperson Rex Laudiangco reminds every candidate, whether those who pushed through or withdrawn their candidacy, or those who won or lost in the recent polls, all of them must submit their statements of contributions and expenditures until June 8. Sean?
All right, so a June 8 deadline. If that is not met, Greg, will there be sanctions for the candidates who fail to submit their statements of expenditures, and what will the penalties be?
Yes, Sean, there are a number of sanctions. First, among the things that the COMELEC will be looking into the SOCE of each candidate is that if a certain candidate spent an amount which is well within the spending limit of the Commission on Elections, because if not, they will be facing an election offense, which would include imprisonment. And if a certain candidate who also ran in 2019 or in the previous elections, who also failed to submit COC, then would be failing to file SOCE again this time, then that particular candidate would be facing a possibility of perpetual disqualification from holding public office. And if a certain candidate who might have won in the recent polls but failed to file a SOCE, he or she will not be able to assume office. Sean?
All right. Of course, Greg, no election is complete without allegations of vote buying. Speaking of vote buying, how many vote buying incidents has the COMELEC been able to verify?
Now, Sean, according to acting spokesperson Rex Laudiangco, the COMELEC Law Department has already identified 12 verified vote buying reports that will now be subjected to preliminary proceedings. Apart from that, there are already more than 40 vote buying reports received by the Task Force Contra Bigay, which will be addressed by the Commission. Apart from all of these, they are now also addressing the viral videos of alleged vote buying incidents across the country in the recent polls. Sean?
All right, Greg, one last question. What is the penalty if indeed they are proven or caught vote buying with evidence?
Sean, according to the Commission on Elections, vote buying is both an election offense and would entail criminal violation. Then, if one would be proven to have violated, if one would be proven to have committed vote buying, he or she might be facing disqualification. And then, considering the criminal liability, one might face imprisonment. Sean?
All right, thank you so much for answering all our questions today. That was Greg Gregorio reporting to us live from the PICC in Pasay. Thank you, Greg.